Welcome back to Top Coin. Did you know that some Canadian 5-cent coins could be worth a fortune? Imagine finding a simple nickel in your pocket that could make you hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 2010 Canadian 5-cent coin. We'll uncover its rich history, its design significance, and most importantly, how to spot the rare ones that collectors are willing to pay big money for. So, stay tuned and watch till the end. Before we talk about the 2010 5-cent coin, let's take a brief journey back in time. The Canadian nickel has a long and fascinating history. The first Canadian 5-cent coin was introduced in 1858, back when Canada was still a British colony. Initially, these coins were made of silver and were smaller in size. However, in 1922, Canada transitioned to using nickel as the primary material for this coin, which is why we often call it a nickel today. Fast forward to modern times, the 5-cent coin remains a staple in Canadian currency, with its design evolving over the years to feature different motifs, including the iconic beaver image that has been present since 1937. Now, let's take a closer look at the 2010 Canadian 5-cent coin. On the obverse, we see the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by artist Susanna Blount. This portrait has been in use since 2003 and is known for its refined elegance. Flipping over to the reverse side, we have the famous beaver design created by G. Kruger Gray. This design has become synonymous with Canadian identity and represents the industrious and hardworking nature of Canadians. Below the beaver, we can see the year 2010 and the word Canada, along with the denomination 5 cents. One interesting feature about the 2010 edition is its composition. This coin is made of steel with a nickel-plated outer layer, making it different from earlier nickels which were pure nickel or made of other alloys. This change in composition was introduced in 2000 as part of the Royal Canadian Mint's cost-saving efforts. Now, here's where things get exciting. While most 2010 5-cent coins are common, there are certain variations that can be worth serious money. Let's go over the key factors that can make your 5-cent coin extremely valuable. Minting errors. Some 2010 Canadian nickels have errors that make them highly sought after. Examples include die cracks. These appear as raised lines on the coin's surface and can increase its value significantly. Off-center strikes. Coins that were struck off-center can fetch hundreds of dollars depending on how misaligned they are. Double die errors. If you notice doubling on the numbers or letters, you could have a rare variety worth a premium. Proof-like and specimen coins. The Royal Canadian Mint produces special high-quality versions of regular coins for collectors. These proof-like and specimen 5-cent coins from 2010 are shinier, more detailed, and often come in sets. If you have one of these in its original packaging, it could be worth much more than face value. Low mintage or rare variants. While the 2010 nickel was widely circulated, certain variations with lower mintages, special finishes, or unique attributes can make them more desirable. Always check auction records and price guides for recent sales to gauge their worth. So, how much is the 2010 Canadian 5-cent coin worth today? Well, the answer depends on its condition, rarity, and demand among collectors. Circulated coins. Most 2010 nickels found in pocket change are only worth their face value of 5 cents. Uncirculated coins, MS, 65 or higher grade coins in pristine condition can fetch anywhere from $1 to $5. Error coins, depending on the error type. Some could be worth between $50 to $500. Proof and specimen coins. These can range from $10 to $50, depending on their quality and packaging. If you're hoping to find a valuable 2010 Canadian 5-cent coin, here are some tips. Check your pocket change. Always inspect your nickels carefully. You never know when you might find an error coin. Buy rolls from banks. Getting rolls of nickels from your bank gives you a better chance of finding high-quality or error coins. Attend coin shows and auctions. Serious collectors and dealers often gather at these events, and you can find great deals on rare coins. Use a magnifying glass or microscope. Some valuable details are too small to see with the naked eye, so using a magnifying tool can help you spot rare features. And that's everything you need to know about the 2010 Canadian 5-cent coin. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, keep an eye out for these hidden treasures. You never know what might be lurking in your pocket. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more exciting coin discoveries. Have you ever checked your spare change and wondered if that ordinary-looking 5-cent coin in your pocket might actually be worth a small fortune? Well, if you happen to have a 2012 Canadian 5-cent coin, you might just be holding on to something far more valuable than you think. In this video, we are going to dive deep into the fascinating history, design, rarity, and potential high-value variants of the 2012 Canadian nickel. Stay tuned till the end, because you don't want to miss out on how these little coins could be worth big money in circulation. Before we get into the specifics of the 2012 edition, let's take a moment to explore the historical background of the Canadian 5-cent coin. The first Canadian 5-cent coin was introduced in 1858, back when Canada was still a British colony. Back then, it was made of silver and was quite different in size and composition from what we see today. Fast forward to 1922. The composition of the 5-cent coin was changed from silver to nickel due to rising metal costs and the need for a more durable coin. Since then, the nickel has undergone multiple transformations, both in terms of design and composition. In 2000, the Royal Canadian Mint started using a unique steel core with layers of nickel and copper plating, making the 5-cent piece lighter and more cost-effective to produce. The 2012 Canadian nickel follows this trend and remains one of the more common yet intriguing coins in circulation today. Now, let's take a closer look at the design of the 2012 Canadian 5-cent coin. The obverse, or front side, of the coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Susanna Blunt. This iconic image of the Queen has been used on Canadian coins since 2003 and gives the coin a classic, regal appearance. The reverse side, which is the most famous part of the coin, showcases the beloved beaver design. This was first introduced in 1937 and remains a symbol of Canada's industrious spirit. The beaver is perched on a rock, surrounded by water, with the words Canada and 5 cents prominently displayed. The year 2012 is minted at the bottom, completing the design. Now, you might be thinking, what makes the 2012 5-cent coin special? Well, while most of these coins are common, there are certain variations and minting errors that can turn them into valuable collectibles. First, let's talk about the total mintage. In 2012, the Royal Canadian Mint produced over 120 million 5-cent coins. That means finding a regular one isn't too difficult. However, what collectors and numismatists look for are the rare errors and variations that occurred during production. Some examples include die cracks. These occur when the die used to stamp the coin starts to break, creating raised lines or cracks on the coin's surface. Off-center strikes. Some 2012 nickels may have been struck off-center, which can make them valuable. Missing plating errors. Some coins may have an incomplete nickel plating, leading to a unique appearance that collectors find desirable. Double die errors. If a coin is struck twice by mistake, it can show doubled numbers or letters, increasing its worth dramatically. These rare errors can make a coin that is normally worth just 5 cents sell for tens, hundreds, or even thousands of dollars depending on its condition. So, how much is your 2012 Canadian 5-cent coin worth today? The standard version in circulated condition is only worth its face value, but if you find one in pristine, uncirculated condition, it could fetch between $1 and $5. However, the real treasures are in the rare error coins. Some error varieties, such as off-center strikes or missing plating, have been sold for as much as $50 to $500, depending on their rarity and demand. If you're lucky enough to find an ultra-rare mint error or a perfectly preserved specimen graded by professional coin grading services like PCGS or NGC, your 2012 nickel could be worth thousands. In fact, some collectors are actively searching for high-grade 2012 nickels, which means if you have one in mint condition, you might just have a small fortune in your hands. So there you have it. The 2012 Canadian 5-cent coin may seem like just another piece of pocket change, but with the right minting errors or an exceptional condition, it could be worth much more. Have you checked your piggy bank or spare change recently? You never know what hidden gems you might find. If you found this video informative and entertaining, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more fascinating coin discoveries. Also, leave a comment below and let us know if you have any rare coins in your collection. Today, we have something truly fascinating for you: the 2015 Canadian 5-cent coin. At first glance, it may look like just another ordinary nickel in circulation, but what if we told you that some versions of this coin are worth far more than their face value? From historical significance to minting errors, collectors' demand, and even its rarity, We're about to uncover everything you need to know. So make sure you watch this video till the end because you might just have a hidden treasure in your pocket. The history of Canada's 5-cent coin is as rich as the nation itself. The first ever Canadian 5-cent coin was introduced in 1858, and unlike today's nickel, it was originally a small silver coin known as the fish scale due to its small size and thin appearance. However, with the rising cost of silver, Canada transitioned to the nickel composition we know today in 1922. Over the decades, the 5-cent coin has seen numerous design changes, but one thing has remained consistent. The iconic beaver design, introduced in 1937 by artist G. Kruger Gray. This symbol of Canada's industrious nature and wilderness has since become one of the most recognizable coin designs in the world. The 2015 Canadian 5-cent coin follows the traditional design we all recognize. The obverse side features the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Susanna Blunt, which has been in use on Canadian coins since 2003. This portrait of Her Majesty showcases a regal and dignified image, without a crown, representing a more modern and simple depiction. On the reverse, we see the beloved beaver design, symbolizing the fur trade's historical significance in Canada's early economy. The beaver is depicted sitting on a log, surrounded by the words Canada at the top and the denomination 5 cents at the bottom, with the year 2015 inscribed below. Surrounding this iconic design is a circular pattern of 12 maple leaves, a subtle nod to Canada's national identity. Now, you might be wondering, what makes the 2015 Canadian 5-cent coin so special? While most of these coins are common in circulation, certain variations and minting errors have made some of them highly valuable among collectors. First, let's talk about the special satin finish versions that were minted exclusively for collector sets. Unlike their regular counterparts, these coins have a distinctively smooth, matte appearance rather than a shiny, polished look. If you happen to find one of these in your collection, it could be worth significantly more than 5 cents. Additionally, error coins from the 2015 batch have been reported. These include off-center strikes, die clashes, and even double dies, all of which can drastically increase a coin's value. One particularly sought-after error is the floating beaver variety, where a misalignment in the die makes it appear as if the beaver is floating above the log. Now, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for. How much is a 2015 Canadian 5-cent coin actually worth? Well, the value depends on several factors, including condition, rarity, and errors. A standard 2015 nickel in circulated condition is worth face value, 5 cents. However, if the coin is in uncirculated condition, meaning it has no signs of wear, it can sell for anywhere between $1 to $5. Satin finish versions from collector sets can be valued at $10 to $20, depending on the market demand. Rare error coins, such as die clashes or double dies, have been known to sell for as much as $50 to $100 at auction. If you're lucky enough to find an extremely rare, perfectly preserved specimen, graded MS-67 or higher by a professional grading service, it could be worth hundreds of dollars. So, how can you check if your 2015 Canadian 5-cent coin is valuable? Here are a few tips. Examine the coin's condition. The better the condition, the higher the value. Look for scratches, dents, and signs of wear. Look for errors. Check for misprints, double dies, or off-center strikes using a magnifying glass. Check the mint set variants. If your coin has a satin finish, it could be from a special collector's set. Use a coin grading service. If you believe you have a rare coin, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication. Remember, patience and knowledge are key in coin collecting. And that wraps up our deep dive into the 2015 Canadian 5-cent coin. Who knew a simple nickel could have so much history and potential value? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more exciting coin collecting content, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. And most importantly, go check your pockets, your piggy banks, and your old coin jars. You never know, you might just be holding a valuable piece of Canadian history, where we dive deep into the world of rare and valuable coins. Today, we are uncovering the secrets behind the 2016 Canadian 5-cent coin. Could this small piece of change in your pocket be worth a fortune? Stick around till the end as we reveal its history, rare variations, and jaw-dropping market value. Before we dive into the 2016 edition, let's step back in time and explore the rich history of the Canadian 5-cent coin. The 5-cent coin has been an integral part of Canada's currency system since 1858, originally made of sterling silver. The famous beaver nickel, featuring a beaver on a log, first appeared in 1937, designed by G. Kruger Gray. But did you know that earlier versions were made from pure nickel, tombac, and even wartime alloys? The modern 5-cent coin, also known as the nickel, features the iconic beaver design with Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse. Over the years, certain editions have gained immense value due to low mintage, errors, or special compositions. This brings us to the 2016 Canadian 5-cent coin, one of the most intriguing releases in recent history. The 2016 Canadian 5-cent coin is part of the ongoing series featuring the iconic beaver design. Let's break down its key specifications. Material: 94.5% steel, 3.5% copper, and 2% nickel plating. Weight: 3.95 grams. Diameter: 21.2 mm. Thickness: 1.76 mm. Edge: smooth. But here's where things get interesting. Not all 2016 nickels are created equal. There are rare variations, special strikes, and potential minting errors that make some versions extremely valuable. Collectors and coin experts are always on the lookout for error coins and special minting anomalies. Some of the rarest 2016 Canadian 5-cent coins include die cracks and die breaks. Certain 2016 nickels have visible die cracks, which occur when the minting dies wear out. These can increase the value significantly. Misaligned die strike. Coins that have an off-center strike are rare and highly sought after. Doubled die obverse or reverse. This error causes some details of the design to appear duplicated, a collector's dream. Missing plating. Some 2016 nickels were mistakenly minted without their nickel plating, making them highly collectible. If you find one of these rare variations, you could be holding on to a coin worth much more than just 5 cents. Now, let's talk about value. The standard 2016 Canadian 5-cent coin is worth its face value in circulation. However, depending on condition, errors, and rarity, some versions have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auctions. Here are some examples. A 2016 nickel with a major die break sold for over $500. A perfectly preserved, high-grade MS-67 version fetched nearly $1,000 at a collector's auction. Some rare error coins from 2016 have been listed for up to $2,000 online. The key factors affecting the value include minting errors, uncirculated condition, and professional grading by agencies like PCGS and NGC. So, if you have a 2016 Canadian 5-cent coin, it's time to take a closer look. It might be worth a small fortune. So, how can you determine if your 2016 nickel is rare or valuable? Here's what you need to do. Check for errors. Use a magnifying glass to inspect for die cracks, doubled dies, or missing plating. Weigh your coin. Some error coins have incorrect weight due to minting flaws. Check online resources. Visit websites like NUMISMATICS, PCGS, or NGC to compare your coin. Get your coin graded. A professional coin grading service can significantly increase its value if it's in pristine condition. Taking these steps could mean turning an ordinary coin into an extraordinary payday. And there you have it, folks. The 2016 Canadian 5-cent coin, an ordinary piece of change that could be worth big money. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, always keep an eye on your spare change. You never know when you might strike gold. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more rare coin discoveries. Hit that notification bell so you never miss an update on valuable coins in circulation. And don't forget, drop a comment below if you found a rare 2016 nickel or any other valuable coin. We'd love to hear your stories. We will be diving deep into the fascinating history, hidden secrets, and potential fortune behind the rare 1973 Canadian 5-cent coin. Could you have one of these treasures in your collection? Stay tuned till the end to find out. Before we get into the specifics of the 1973 issue, let's take a step back in time and explore the history of the Canadian 5-cent coin. The Canadian nickel has been an essential part of the country's currency system for over a century. Initially, Canada used silver-based 5-cent coins, commonly known as the fish scale coins, from 1858 to 1921. However, due to rising silver costs, the Royal Canadian Mint transitioned to the nickel-based composition in 1922, leading to the modern design we recognize today. The 1973 Canadian 5-cent coin features one of the most iconic symbols of Canada, the industrious beaver. The beaver has been associated with Canada's history since the days of the fur trade, and its image was first introduced on the 5-cent coin in 1937. Designed by artist G. Kruger Gray, this design has remained relatively unchanged for decades. The reverse side displays a beaver on a rock in the water, while the obverse side features the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. However, what makes the 1973 issue stand out is its rarity and the potential for high value. So, what makes the 1973 Canadian 5-cent coin so special? While it may seem like an ordinary coin at first glance, there are a few key factors that make certain versions of this coin incredibly valuable. One of the main reasons is mintage errors, composition variations, and specific die varieties that can turn an ordinary nickel into a small fortune. In 1973, the Royal Canadian Mint produced millions of 5-cent coins, but not all of them were created equal. The standard composition of the coin was 100% nickel, and the total mintage was approximately 135 million coins. However, certain minting mistakes and anomalies led to the creation of rare variants. These include double die errors, off-center strikes, and planchet variations. If you own a 1973 Canadian 5-cent coin, it's essential to check for key details that could indicate a rare and valuable specimen. Here's what you need to look for. Minting errors. Look for double strikes, misaligned dies, or off-center prints. Die varieties. Some 1973 nickels may exhibit minor die variations that increase their rarity. Condition. Coins in uncirculated or mint-state condition fetch significantly higher prices. Proof-like coins. Some coins were struck with specially prepared dies, giving them a proof-like appearance. A simple trip to a professional coin dealer or a grading service like PCGS or NGC can confirm whether you have a valuable piece. Now, the big question: how much is the 1973 Canadian 5-cent coin worth? While most circulated versions of the coin are worth face value, certain rare specimens can be valued at hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Here's a quick breakdown of the estimated values. Circulated condition, 5 cents. $1 uncirculated condition, $5. $20 high, grade mint state, MS65 plus $50. $200 rare error coins, $500 to $5,000 plus, depending on the error and condition. Recent auctions have seen rare error coins sell for thousands of dollars, making this a must-check item in any coin collection. If you're looking to buy or sell a valuable 1973 Canadian 5-cent coin, here are some of the best places to do so. Online auctions, eBay, heritage auctions, great collections. Coin dealers. Visit a reputable coin dealer for an expert opinion. Numismatic shows. Coin conventions and shows offer great opportunities to buy, sell, or trade. Grading services. If you suspect you have a rare version, get it graded by PCGS or NGC to authenticate its value. The 1973 Canadian 5-cent coin may seem like an ordinary piece of pocket change, but as we've seen today, hidden gems do exist. Whether you're a collector or just someone with loose change lying around, it's worth taking a closer look. You never know, you might have a rare and valuable coin sitting in your collection. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare coins, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Let us know in the comments if you have any interesting coin finds. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of Canadian numismatics to explore the 1977 Canadian 5-cent coin. Is it just another nickel, or could it be a hidden gem worth big money? Stay tuned, because you might have a valuable coin hiding in your pocket. Before we uncover the potential value of the 1977 Canadian 5-cent coin, let's take a journey back in time. The 5-cent coin, also known as a nickel, has been an essential part of Canada's currency since 1858. Originally made of silver, the composition changed over the years, and by 1922, it was produced using pure nickel. In 1977, Canada was under the reign of Queen Elizabeth II, and the coinage reflected her iconic portrait. The obverse of the 5-cent coin features her effigy, designed by Arnold Machin, a renowned sculptor who was responsible for many Commonwealth currency designs. The reverse, which numismatists cherish, showcases the well-known image of a beaver on a rock, designed by G. Kruger Gray. This design has been in use since 1937, symbolizing Canada's rich natural resources and industrious spirit. Now, let's talk specifications. The 1977 Canadian 5-cent coin was struck by the Royal Canadian Mint and is composed of 100% nickel. It weighs 4.54 grams and has a diameter of 21.2 millimeters. The smooth round edges and durable metal make it resistant to wear and tear, ensuring that many of these coins are still in circulation today. But here's where things get interesting. Not all 1977 5-cent coins are created equal. There are known varieties and errors that could significantly increase the value of your coin. Some of these errors include misaligned dies, double strikes, or even missing details due to weak strikes. These variations make certain coins incredibly valuable to collectors. Now, for the question on everyone's mind, how much is a 1977 Canadian 5-cent coin worth today? Well, in circulated condition, this coin is generally worth between 5 to 25 cents, depending on wear and tear. However, if you're lucky enough to find a high-grade example, especially one graded MS 65 or higher by professional grading services, its value can soar to $20 or more. But what about rare errors? A 1977 5-cent coin with a striking error, such as a double die or off-center strike, has been known to sell for $100 or more. And in some cases, exceptionally rare errors can fetch even higher prices. So, next time you come across one of these nickels, take a close look. You might just be holding onto a small fortune. Want to know how to identify a potentially valuable 1977 Canadian 5-cent coin? Here are some expert tips. Check for mint errors. Look for anything unusual, such as double strikes, misprints, or die cracks. Examine the condition. Coins with minimal scratches, sharp details, and a shiny surface are worth more. Weigh your coin. If you find a 1977 nickel with an unusual weight, it could indicate a minting anomaly. Get it graded. Professional coin grading services like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and certify your coin's value. So, is the 1977 Canadian 5-cent coin a hidden treasure? Absolutely. While most of these coins are only worth face value, rare high-grade examples and error varieties can command impressive prices. The thrill of coin collecting lies in discovering the unexpected, and who knows? You might just have a valuable gem sitting in your change jar right now. Thanks for joining us on this exciting numismatic journey. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more valuable coin discoveries. Share your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever found a rare 1977 Canadian nickel? Until next time, keep hunting and happy collecting.